Welcome back, everybody. Our guest today is someone that helped fill my childhood with laughter and joy. So we'll start with our standard question: Who you, what's due, and why?
Yo, that's too many questions, bro. Waffles, 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 waffles. That's all you get.
Uh,
Waffles. And this is
uh,
Wingman G. The most important person in the room is always my son, my guru, planet Wingman G. Cipes, the real life Beast Boy.
Alright.
So what's in it? Mm-hmm.
So for those of you keeping track at home, this is Greg Cipes, a humble voice actor. Sorry, we don't usually get such creative answers. Uh, so Greg Cipes, a famous voice actor, and why and how exactly did you get into voice acting, Mr. Cipes?
I've been acting forever since I was born, and probably before that. I feel like it's a deeper alignment. I think it's a very rare situation to be able to be in the position I am in as an actor, to be able to play at the levels I get to play in, and to also connect with people like you and the people watching, to get a message out through art. I started in musical theater, which I've never given up. I love musical theater. I love musicals. I love theater. I've done a lot of theater, but I segued into television and movies and cartoons when I moved to Hollywood, and now I'm definitely um, like a Hollywood, the Hollywood hippie. I've turned into the Hollywood hippie. Yeah, because I've made millions of dollars in Hollywood, and all I really want to do is keep making more cartoons and movies and art. But I want to be. I always want my dog in my hand, and I want fresh, organic, vegan food, and I want crystal healing and massages and all the great hippie things that make us feel so good all the time. So I've become this Hollywood hippie character in real life, which
So,
which for me, a lot of the movies that I've been in over time and TV shows have always been a version of who I am. So now it's I'm just being who I am.
all right. So, for musical theater, is there any role that you had loved playing, or is there any role that you'd really like to play?
Well, I feel like I would like the shot at playing Mickey Mouse. Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. Like the cool Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying? Come over to my pad and chill, bro.
It could be Hippie Mouse.
Yeah, hippie mouse. Nice. I knew I should get on the call with you all today. That's great.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. So, is there anything you're working on right now that you'd like to tell our audience about?
I'm making a lot of cartoons, a lot of my own cartoons with people that I love, a lot of my friends and new friends and artists and animators. I'm just making a lot of cool stuff and live action comedies. I'm basically creating my own Tyler Perry studio, but definitely focus on more animation.
Wow, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd heard that there was a earthquake over in California today. So, in your opinion, would you categorize that as the planet giving like a huge sigh of relief, or everyone in SoCal simultaneously jumping up and down in celebration for today?
Well, I don't. I think celebrating in general is a really good thing. So I would like for it to be the celebratory energy of people jumping up and down and making it bounce, and that's a good thing. Even though I don't trust any politicians, I don't like any politicians. They're all full of it. I think it's good that people are celebrating today, regardless. So that's good.
All right. So you're best known for your voice work. Was that, or aside from musical theater, was that always your eventual goal, or how did you come to eventually get into
Mm. Well, I've always loved cartoons. I grew up in Disney World, and I would prank call people a lot growing up. So I started off as a prank caller. I've always just been a jokester, and that's who Beast Boy is. My first role that I got to help create, and Beast Boy is who he is today because 20 years ago I auditioned for him, and they gave me the creative freedom to make him who he is today with them, and it's really special.
It is certainly a fun character.
Yeah.
So, aside from the obvious, how does voice acting differ from like screen acting or stage acting?
It's not really different. It's not really different. It's just instead of the scene being in front of you, like with your eyes, and you can see it and like grab a set piece, it has to be in your third eye. And the more you do a show, the more that world becomes real in your third eye, and you get to experience it almost similarly as this reality. It's pretty psychedelic.
All right. So, going off the psychedelic thing, what's the weirdest or strangest thing you've had to do to get your voice to reflect in action, like running around the booth to sound winded or anything like that?
Yeah, this kind of basic stuff, but usually, yeah. I mean, you learn to be able to turn it all on and off pretty quickly after doing it for so long. At a certain point, I think running around in a room would actually, that's fun stuff to play with though. I love the adventurism in acting, and that's actually what I'm all about is adventurism. And adventurism in acting is something I'm focusing a lot on right now. I have a acting group, an improvisational acting group at my treehouse every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and we just play and explore and adventure. It's pretty rad. So I like to apply that to everything that I'm doing.
So the physicality of acting is just as important in the voice acting as it would be like on a stage or on the screen.
Yeah, acting is acting. If you're crappy, you're crappy.
For that.
Or if you're great, you're great. And it usually has to do with people that are fearless. The most fearless people are usually the best actors, at least in my opinion. Not necessarily the most socially accepted people, but definitely fearless.
Yeah, I've heard that it's also like an important part of the improv, like what you're running now. Like you just gotta go for it. You can't hold
It's
anything back.
scary, and it doesn't get easier. But the more you do it, the more you can really get good at it, like a muscle. But in the beginning, and I mean, it could be years being in the beginning, or like your whole lifetime being in the beginning. It's scary every time.
All right.
It's always worth improving though.
Okay. So there's a pretty dependable group of voice actors that you're a part of and work with often. Who are your favorite people to work with?
I love Tara Strong. We have a new podcast called The Ship It Show, and we got clips all week dropping on YouTube and a live show basically every Tuesday. The Ship It Show, where we explore all the different ships, relationships. So it's a show about love and using our imagination to envision all these wild, weird mashup relationships and all the different fandoms. So Tara Strong by far is my best friend. I love her so much, and she's an amazing talent. But the list would be too long for me to go past that. It's like everybody is so sweet in this industry, so talented.
And speaking of you and Tara Strong specifically, you two have played love interests more than a few times in your voice roles. So, does her husband approve of you as her work husband?
I never asked.
Well, I think that might be a good time.
No, I feel like do it, ask for forgiveness later. But really, it's just she's a wild, free woman, and anybody that gets to have any time with her in any kind of relationship is blessed.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
There's that.
Except let's not take that too far. So occasionally, like a lot of the animated shows score some like pretty high profile guest actors, like Weird Al or Patrick Warburton or like anybody like Mark Hamill. So, are there any voice actors or voice actors that you gotten to work with that left you like starstruck or amazed, or anyone in particular?
Yeah, I'm still starstruck and grateful I got to meet Michael Clark Duncan.
Hmm.
He was in their original Teen Titans show. I wish he was still around because the little bit of time I got to spend with him, I just fell in love with him. He's such an amazing spirit, energy.
Wow.
But yeah, there's so many great people I've been able to work with. So many guest stars, so many, not just guest stars, but people I got to co-star with, like Seth Green and Sean Astin and Rob Paulson and on and on and on. It's cool.
And also, you yourself at this point are a pretty high-profile voice actor. Like you voiced several iconic characters in your career. So, is there a character that you'd like to voice or play in any capacity if given the opportunity?
Yeah, I want to play Mickey Mouse, but I think I might have to settle for Hippie Mouse, which is cool.
I mean, wouldn't be the strangest thing you'd see from the House of Mouse.
Yeah, bro, let's get stoned. Just one
Disney's
hit,
gonna
Minnie.
come down this one hard. Okay, so okay, so somehow taking it to a little bit more of a serious note. How has the COVID-19 pandemic affected your ability to work?
Well, it's affected everybody. Everybody around me has been affected, and it's made me work on a lot of my own projects, which is a blessing. Things slowed down in all the industries, but it gave me time to create my own stuff, which I've
Certainly
been
have been
creating
noticing.
nonstop.
I certainly have been noticing a lot more independent animation projects recently. So I guess it's probably pretty good for the industry.
And I do that because I love it. Even if I'm not making money, I do because it just makes me happy making cartoons, man.
All right. So you offer both the voice acting classes and also the improv sessions thing that you mentioned before. So how did that come about?
I just do what I want to do, and I change my mind all the time.
Because that's one way to do it.
Yeah. Listen, I got about 5 more minutes if you want to there's any more questions.
Yeah, I'll just get to the good parts. So I wanted to ask you about, you have a band, so could you tell the audience a little bit about that?
I've got a few bands. One of them is called Super Space Fighters, which is also a TV show, which I'm about to be launching right here online too, called the Super Space Fighters with Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy. He's in it, and my creative partner, Eric Troop, who's plays Dr. Graybo in the Super Space Fighters, which is a band and a cartoon and a live action weird stoner comedy. So that's coming out soon. Remember, I told you I'm making my own Tyler Perry studio, and it's happening. I'm making so much cool stuff. And and then I have Cipes and the People, which is like my roots rock reggae
Oh, nice.
band, which I love, and it's me jamming with different people. Basically, I love, and usually very inspired by wanting to create social change, and it starts with inside of you, inside of your heart, but also in society. You have to take action. So my music is all about inspiring action and creativity. But yeah, man, I make a lot of music for cartoons too, so I have infinite outlets to get weird in.
Well, that's awesome. So we got one last question that we've been asking all the guests this season. Just a little nice fun one. If you had like a magic wand or a monkey's paw or some sort of mystical artifact or something like a magic item that could allow you to change two things about the world, what would you change?
If I could change two things in the world,
Two things.
from what gives me this power?
Some sort of magic item. Magic.
Okay. I would love, I would want all animals to be free, all humanity to be free. Because I'm putting that's one still, because we're all animals. So all humanity, animals, and humanity.
Yeah.
Okay, animals to be free, or human animals too. And I would love for there to be no more politicians. And I think they kind of go together. So
All right. All right. Well, I won't keep you here too long.
thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me. I appreciate you.
Thank
That's
you very
what's
much
up.
for coming on the show. Greg Cipes, everybody. We'll be right back.
That's what's up, yo.
Yeah.